Exhaustion doesn't even begin to describe this week. But I'm gonna just sit down and chill with you for just a few minutes, and I'm gonna take you through something that I know you guys been asking me for a while, but I haven't done it in I don't know how long. It is an updated look at my teacher resource binder. You've seen sneaks and peeks of it, but let me take you all the way inside.
Foggy mornings are where I begin. Conversations I can never win, but it's not a competition. Though if it was, I'm losing.
Back friends, if you're brand new to my channel, my name is Erin with Erin & Company. As I said before, I'm going to show you how I basically take all of my resource. Yes, okay, we can keep walking. We're gonna lose the light, but that's fine. It into one resource binder. This is like my saving grace. I cannot function without my resource binder, my teacher binder. So come close, no, closer, a little bit closer. We're gonna go inside now. I know I'm gonna be asked this particular binder. Obviously you can grab any binder. This one is from Erin Condren. It's one of their teacher ones. I don't know if they're gonna come out with the teacher binder option this year. I know that is the last thing I showed you is that the new edition of the Homeschool planner, which is what I'm using. But this is one of their teacher binders, and then during the clearance sale, you always wanna check those out because you get like all kinds of goodies, like, you know, deconstructors and stuff. And I can link that video down below of all the stuff I got that were teacher specific. It was such a cool sale. Anyway, so I got a few of these binders. I got some to gift as well. And I just love like the whole like look and vibe of it. It's like nothing like, you know, it's not like 1,000 pockets or anything like that. It's just pretty and it just makes me happy. So I'm just gonna quickly just go over each spread that I have in here, and you know, let's just have a good time. So Raven Prep Resource Binder, that's our school, right? Raven Preparatory Academy is the name we chose from the day one. And yes, we are Harry Potter people, so yes, there is an influence there. Our mascot is also a raven, but also sometimes a Salem, our black cat. But I was feeling a whole boho vibe, so I just kind of created a little cover for that. My husband works in the school system. He's in the admin side, but if you missed it, we are no longer year-round homeschooling. We're actually gonna, for the first time ever, following an academic year, my kiddos being older, and especially my daughter heading officially into high school. We just wanted to give her give them both their summers back. There is gonna be some level of practice during the summer, so the skills are not lost. But for the most part, we are going to take the summer off, which is quite a change. I'll let you guys know how that all goes. Anyway, so I have his schedule because, you know, if daddy's home, not much is getting done. I don't know. I think that's universal. I've heard so many people say that, and it's just a thing. They're just like a major distraction. Like, yeah, nothing is done. This is from Nicolette from A Wilder Child's. This is not from the Kids Moon Club. This is one of her mindfulness package. So, you know, we don't do all the things of the Kids Moon Club anymore because, you know, they've been doing it forever, and they're older now. But we do like to, you know, observe the full moon and just like have some moments of intentions and stuff like that. So I keep the moon cycle and do any kind of celebration for, especially winter solstice. We kind of just like to have a little, I know we're in Florida, but we still want to have like a little fireplace type of deal. Now keep in mind that we are very much Waldorf inspired. We're, you know, secular homeschoolers that are very much holistically inclined. Now this, do not ask me where I got this from, but I know that if you Google this, you will find many, and especially if you go in Teachers Pay Teachers. I have no idea where I got this from, and I think I got it a while ago, but I always see like, you know, these little celebrations, especially even in my husband's schools that he's worked at, and these like holidays, like, you know, trivia day, chopsticks day, you know, like all these different like odds and ends type of celebrations. And I'm like, I never know about these ahead of time. So I wanted to have that in my binder, so it's like there and nice. So we can observe it or acknowledge it or in whatever form, and it's just there. I also have, I have different tabs in here. So my first tab, and obviously I am missing a couple of things that I'm going to be adding, which is I'm kind of going through like this different artistic face, and I want to make our daily rhythm look a little bit prettier. And actually our daily crafting our daily rhythm and routine for the week and stuff is going to be my next lesson lab, so make sure you follow along for that. So here I have a tab, high school references, standards. I'll explain what that means, don't get scared. And then we have, this one just says English because I couldn't peel it off, but it's the main lesson blocks. And then we have a science tab, and then electives and stuff. So I'll let you know what they're all really mean. It's great, much more detailed than what it seems. So the first tab I have, before I had a binder just with high school stuff, and then I had everything else. And then I just like, okay, I have too many things and too many things to grab. So I wanted to combine everything in one place. So that's what I did. Obviously there's hard copies of these, like, you know, digitally and things like that, but you saw some glimpse of this if you missed my mapping 4 years of high school in my last lesson lab. Make sure to catch that, but I keep this readily available for me. So this is for the state of Florida. We are not required as homeschoolers to have specific classes. However, the universities do require some courses that they would like to see in your transcript. So we are following that. All right, so I have a blank transcript. What my deal is going to be with this is that I'm going to change out this page. I haven't added the early credits, and it's like in an Excel spreadsheet, so it calculates the GPA and everything for me. So once we add that at the end of this term, I will print that one and then slide that back in. So every year I'll slide the most current one, so it's readily available and I can see where our credits are at, like in an official stance of it. This you saw a glimpse of, so I'm not going to take too much time. If you saw the mapping for 4 years, this is the worksheet from Oak Meadow that shows all their courses and, like, you know, just helping you plot out 4 years. I went through a whole video with this, so we are not gonna play with that right now. And then I have the worksheet on this side, and you would see me do all that. Now, I also like to have for reference, because there's not all these different options for Waldorf-inspired curricula for high school. There is obviously Oak Meadow and stuff like that, but we also do a lot of like the main lesson block, form of everything, and we like to keep that going. So I printed some of the high school's curricula and their objectives and stuff like that, and I like to have them here. Now, I'm not mirroring this, but it serves as an inspiration of something that we would like to do and tweak through the years and see what we like to do. So the next few pages are going to be that from different schools. So that is that from there. This is a whole entire pamphlet which actually has descriptions for each course from the Garden City, Waldorf School of Garden City. So I just love the different like blends of things that they have and how they explain it, and I just take that in consideration as I'm building these blocks and studies and things like that, and then I translate them with what the courses that we're getting from Oak Meadow and such. So we have a curriculum highlights, and this curriculum highlights that I found a while ago, this one actually starts all the way and this is again Waldorf inspired, from early childhood all the way to grade 12. And I know, like, all the kinder to grade 8, like from the back of my hand, like I already know this, like we've been in it for a while, even when my kiddos were in private school. But I just like to have the reference there, and especially, I don't know, it's just like nice to have. So here I went over that this is from Florida Virtual School. We're not doing this. We're not doing this, but I do like this sheet, and I showed it before, and it has regular track, honors track, and rigorous academic track. Again, watch that video if you want to see spend more time with these things. And this one is from Simplify for You, and they're a great resource. I didn't need all this because I already had all this. I started planning way ahead, but it's really nice. And I think, like, if something changes or I need that help and I don't remember where I saw it, I want to keep it in here. So they have a lot of nice little worksheets that help you, like here, for example, what you can do to start prepping in 8th and then 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, the things that you should be checking off of. All right, so again, it's not something I personally needed, but that's now. Maybe in the future I feel like I need some kind of checklist and stuff. So she has a graduation checklist, and then she has one a course overview for grades. So like before I even put it on the transcript, or I can attach this to our course description in case if it's asked of us, it's in here. So I really like this. So I printed these as well and added it to my binder. And then here is their template for course overview. I printed this so I can kind of mirror that as I'm typing up the course overviews for each course that my eldest takes, and eventually my youngest as well. Goal setting, if we're gonna look at that, I don't know, it was just part of the packet. I wasn't really worried about that. Then here we have the course descriptions for Oak Meadows High School classes. I didn't print absolutely every subject, but I did print the ones that like we're for sure gonna be taking courses of. So I have English, I have social studies, and these are like all their course descriptions, science, fine arts, health, and then I have their suggested course schedule printed out as well. So that is part of like Oak Meadows helping stuff, which they have so much to offer. These came in my binder with the Erin Condren, and I have more of these. I just put a couple of these if I'm just jotting notes or planning or plotting anything for in this section of high school. I have these right here, and this is nice thick paper. And then I have one of the folders. Again, this is Erin Condren, and then these are like just Avery types of one. So now we're in standards. I do not teach for the standards, but I do like to have them as a bench. If you know me for a while, you'll know that I've had this in every single planner from day one. I like to know what's up, you know, and I may agree with it, I may disagree with it, but it's a nice way to like, you know where I'm at in comparison. And for me, it's an important thing. And if I see value in a certain task or skill that they're learning in that specific grade, then I will probably consider adding that to us in that grade. Maybe I would even think about it. But sometimes it's just like, oh, we've done this like years ago, and it's fine. But one of the things I have the standards for Waldorf school as well. So I do not have because I already pulled it out, and I'm getting ready to put 7th grade state standards in 9th grade, but I do have the Waldorf one. So I have some 7th grade standards for in a Waldorf perspective, and then I have the 7th grade. Now this is, you still need to come back for my curricula picks because you guys know I'm a blender, but this is Oak Meadows 7th grade course, like scope and practice and stuff. So that is in there, and the course overview as well. And I have not printed for my daughter because I need to like see everything in person and see which one we're doing next year and if anything is going to change. But 7th grade is on here. And then we have, you guys know that I also blend in Common Lit. So now I have the entire scope and sequence from Common Lit all the way from 6th grade to 12th grade right in my hands right here. So, you know, as you can see, these are 6, 7, and 8, and then these are all the way to 12th grade. Then the scope and sequence for each grade, and the ones we're giving, and I haven't, like, you don't have to necessarily do these in order. So right now we're doing Unit 3, and that is readily available in my hands. It also tells me the standards if that's something important to you. I'm not gonna look that up. So it's fine, but it's there. Then here again, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So that is all in there. So what is going to be added to this tab is the state standards, and then the high school stuff, the more specific things for each course. So this section is going to get a bit fatter. So on here, then I'm going to have the English references, and this is something that we got from Grammar Galaxy, and I've been affiliated for them forever. It's actually the first curricula that we purchased, even before Oak Meadow. It was like the very first, and then Oak Meadow followed right afterwards, and then Torchlight, then Blossom and Root, which you guys know that I work with Blossom and Root. So it was a lovely journey that arrived us right where we needed to be. All right, so these reference sheets, I've shown them before. This is from the Hungry Teacher. This is Teacher Pays Teachers. These sheets are available if you sign up to her newsletter for free. All right, but she offers all kinds of stuff. She's a middle school teacher and has so much. So these are reference sheets. I also have these in my kiddos binders for reference, obviously, if they need it. Parts of speech, It has verbs, figurative language, punctuation, again at a middle school level. This was in Sava's language arts and the elementary one, and it was 5th grade. I really like these, so before like I recycle the workbook and stuff, I pull these out, and actually you could have printed them as well, and I really like these as reference sheets. I really like them, so I added them in here. So it has like the reading workshop, you know, historical picture anchor shots, so charts. So these anchor charts are everywhere. And I just love the visuals, especially for my family. Visuals are everything. So this is all in here. And you can find things like this in Teacher Pay Teachers for anchor charts. So look up this anchor chart if you know you're not doing Sabas. Now this is something, man, I've had this for so long, but again, it's something that you can search as well. So these are literary terms, and this is like in upper, middle, and high school. So I have all these written down here, so it's not as pretty as the other stuff, but it's pretty like concise. Like, I mean, it goes way beyond, right? If I'm able to find where I got it from, I'll let you guys know. This is an independent reading choice board. So if you know, getting like different activities that they can pick for, instead of just doing a normal summary or a normal report, they can like just pick something out here. This is from Build Your Library. This one specifically is from level 8, but there is one of these in every year, and there's like an elementary level, the middle, and then a high school, like high school. It's not labeled like that, but it's labeled in like levels, and this is the highest level. So these are like for the narration choice cards, and then you can cut them out and have them pick out, or just like my kiddos will like just look at it and pick something, but this is for like narration, so they can pick different things. So I had this, and then I had this from Build Your Library, and they can pick different things. And I'm pretty sure, I think that she also offers this as a separate purchase. Don't quote me on that, but I think I've seen it in the store. And at the time that this airs, her spring sale is going to be going on for Build Your Library. Blossom and Root spring sale is going to start in mid-March as well. Okay, so now we have novel ideas for reference. Again, we're still in the English reference area. This I got as a printout from Interliterature. You can look it up from there. And this is social emotional learning novel recommendations. I do not know if any of these titles, I mean, some of them I know, are good, but I have this list, and I can use this to dig in the future and maybe add it to a lesson plan or something. I just thought it was awesome. I added it to my thing. All right, so there it is. No idea if it's any good, so don't say Arlene told me to, like, no. I just thought it was cool, and it has me, you know, some titles I can look up. All right, so here, this one, this is also from The Hungry Teacher, and this is middle grade, ways to support your middle grade reader. And look, check this out. All right, so if your learner wants to read a funny book, then here's some suggestions. If they want to read a graphic novel, here's some suggestions. Again, this is middle school, so we're not talking about like just elementary stuff, right? Fantasy book, realistic fiction book, short but great book, historical fiction book, award-winning book, science fiction book, and it goes on and on and on. Middle grade, middle school, young adult book, inspirational book, like from different things, like if your learner wants to do this, and then you can go and search these different books. I just thought that was pretty awesome. Again, that's from The Hungry Teacher. You can see that she just had a sale. I don't know if it's still going on with middle school novel studies, so that is in here. Okay, so now I'm gonna have the main lesson blocks info in here. So these are only my printables, so you're not gonna see the oak metal stuff or anything like that. So here is the unit we're doing with Bella right now is the Art of Suspense from Common Lit, and then I will have like all these things that will break everything down for me, like the reading instructions, writing instructions, and I haven't checked all that stuff, so don't go by that. And then this is a pacing guide that will take me day by day, week by week. I want to do that, of all that stuff here, supplemental text, all this. I can see this all online, but I'm a paper planner. I need to see stuff. I need to physically touch it to like make sense of the world. And then after that, I have my youngest, Elsie, and his current unit is The Giver with Common Lit. And again, we're doing with blends of everything down, and I have a whole video of how to use Common Lit in your homeschool, in a homeschool setting. So if you wanted that. So here you have like the digital stuff, the supplemental stuff, and then I just have some couple notes page here. Then you guys know I took you through how I make a main lesson block, and I took you through all the details. And then so when we're done with this block, I will pull this out and evaluation when it comes to evaluation time, and then I'll put the new one in. So right now we have exploring ancient Indian cuisine and origins. That's the current block that we're in, and I already went through all this stuff, but this is my whole breakdown of what we're doing for that specific block. So that is all the lessons and things that I broke down and did. And then have another folder, because I have these folders strategically placed in places that I know that I'm gonna do, like I have a lot of searching and I may print something, oh, this like sounds like good, like I can put this in there, and then I may stuff it in here before I hole punch it and stuff. So I have them placed here, and I also like these because there's a pocket here that I can place something in the front. Then we have like my daughter's main lesson block, which is the history of science that we're combining with like additional labs and stuff to like really amp it out for her, because we were meant to do the high school science this year, but she really enjoys Build Your Library, and she really did not want to skip history of science. So that's in here. I print them like 4 weeks at a time, and then I have them here. I do have also a video fully on level 8, and I have on other levels as well. The next one is like any of what we call specials. I call them specials. My stickers had electives, so that's what it became. And this is the current, and I have a review on every single music programs from like the day that it came out. And I also have a discount code. I'm not affiliated. It's just something they graciously offer to my followers, and it's Arlene20. It gives you 20% off anything on their shop. Anyway, so this is from sound to song. So we weave this in throughout the weeks here and there, and that's in there. I have a review on that as well. All right, so that is all in there as well. And then I have some information here that I may quickly print, but I cannot dedicate any time to it at that particular moment. And it's called future blocks. So it's something that, oh, okay, this looks like interesting. I don't know where I'm gonna do with it, but I don't want it to like disappear from my brain. So I go ahead and add that here. So this is the Roaring 20s mini unit. I don't even know where I found that. I found this like, oh, okay, this looks cool. And then I added them here. Then it's just like some extra note areas. I had these like sheets that I'm gonna relabel this, but it came in this packet with the binder where I got this on clearance. So I added this to the end, especially now, oh my gosh, there's so much, like we were always like, I was so adamant about everything being paper and pencil, like, or actually stock more paper and block crayons. And, you know, we were, like I said, been very Waldorfy. But like that slowly upper elementary and on, it was just like the digital world was needed. And, you know, obviously you can continue going with books, and actually that's a good portion of what Oak Meadow like tries, you know, to push forth, you know, just having those still paper books and stuff, you know what I mean? But like now there's a freaking password for everything. Like even with my kids have the Common Lit, they have their own password. Then I can't keep my own password straight. You think I can keep their password straight? No. So there's a fresh sheet in here for that. I'm gonna start writing down their new stuff. You know, Denison math, all these things. I can't keep it straight. So that's in here. I also have one of these in like the planner, but like I just like to have things in readily available in a couple space. And then this is just note pages. Again, this is a resource binder. So as I'm like plotting away, I want to have something like readily available here without having to go run and get a notebook. So it's here. And then I have some stickers that came with my binder because I don't know, maybe I'm feeling stickery. All right, so that is what my teacher resource binder looks like today, and I always tweak it pretty much every semester. So at any given moment, if you ask to look inside, it will probably look a little bit different, and that's just how it goes. Or any questions you may have down below, any relevant links would be found in the description box below as well. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.
So long to sanity.